Right. See, one thing about the Mexicans is they may not know how to drive, but them motherfuckers know how. They know how to get back. Okay. Them people going crazy. Them people are sliding for their dead homies.
Yeah, for sure. It's live, but hey, look.
What we want to do is we want to play y'all a clip about what's been going on in Mexico. They done killed the cartel leader, and now the cartel people, the citizens, whatever,
They're wilding out.
they tearing that damn country up, y'all. Let's watch a clip and see.
People were running into the actual lobby of the condo building saying you can't go outside. The cartel's outside. They're, setting fires in the area. I went on top of the building. I could see that there were a number of fires set throughout the romantic zone.
The violence started yesterday after the cartel leader known as El Mencho was killed during a clash with soldiers in Jalisco. That caused cartel members to react, violently torching cars and buildings and blocking highways. You can see right there on your screen the smoke rising across Jalisco in this time-lapse video from Puerto Vallarta. The Mexican authorities there say at least 14 people have died so far, including 7 National Guard troops. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy in Mexico is also advising all U.S. citizens in the country to shelter in place.
Ooh. All I got to say is, if sliding for your homies was a country, okay? Because that's the definition of sliding for your
what
peoples.
they did.
Sliding for your peoples, okay? If there was a country, it would be Mexico. But we always heard stories and seen movies throughout centuries and centuries of time that them Mexican folks don't play about that cartel and they cartel leaders.
Right.
So I ain't surprised that none of this is happening. Them is some stone cold vato gangsters out there, and they didn't kill the leader of the cartel. Y'all know not to play with them people.
Hey.
And then look, I seen something where they said the Mexican government, they gonna try to blame the United States, talking about well, we want to thank the United States for giving us tips on his whereabouts. Now, don't try to put us in that shit now. Because you got all them American folks out there in Mexico, okay, doing what they do, what we do when we go to Mexico. We party, we drink, we turn up, okay? That's what we go pop our shit. And you got all them people out there that's sheltering in place, stranded in their hotels, can't move, can't go nowhere because they might get kidnapped, killed, or all of the above.
Right.
I'd be scared if I was whoever's out there. I'd be scared.
Oh yeah.
This ain't time to be in
Mexico.
Mexico.
It's spooky out there right now.
Yeah,
it's spooky out there right now. I will say that Mexico and the United States have always had a very interesting relationship historically. One of a dependency and sometimes hatering kind of relationship, because at the end of the day, when you look at Mexico, I think they only got like one gun store that's legal out there. I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know the breakdown like that now. You must have went out there.
Hey, look, I'm going to give y'all the breakdown. They must got like one legal, and that's like a military kind of aided kind of, you know what I'm saying? I know nothing too much about Mexico, but I think they got like just one gun store, and we got like 72
million
thousand out here. So a lot of the guns they got in Mexico, they come from out here, going over there. And then with that being said, though, I'm not really going to say too much because I know a lot of people lost their lives, so I'm not really trying to glamorize what happened. But I agree with what you said. I like seeing people ride for their own. I feel like when I'm looking at that, I feel like we could be like that out here too. If something happened and we don't like it, we could rally on together and do something for a positive cause. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's something else. They got a whole different culture over there, and I ain't trying to comment on that because I don't know too much about the, the cartels and, they get down and everything. We know about Pablo and, what he used to do.
Pablo Escobar.
You got
Griselda Blanco. You got El Chapo.
El Chapo. You
get Al
Pacino.
I mean, whoever else, I don't know. Y'all know people out there.
you got the cartels there doing whatever they do historically. You know what I'm saying? But I just like when people ride for a cause. You know what I'm saying? When something go down, people rally together like we're not having it.
Yeah, no.
You dig what I'm saying? So that's the positive thing I can say about that. But obviously, we don't like to see people lose their lives. You in the mall and something happen and collateral damage. So that's crazy. But Hey, but
My
that's all I
worry
got to
is
say
for the
about that.
tourists out there because I done went to Mexico about four. I've been to Mexico 4 times, and I might be going back this year in a few months. You know what I'm saying? Might go back to Cancun or Tulum or or one of the other Guadalajara or one of them other places in Mexico to go hang out and have a good time. But it's like we can't even plan our trips to Mexico because we don't know what's going on out there.
Hey.
They tearing it up. They didn't burn. I've seen where they bombed a Costco. Okay, this is where these people get their food at. They had
Everybody in Mexico don't get their food from goddamn no Costco.
I mean, that's what
You American, you been thinking everybody get their.
That's what
They
that's
got
probably
their
their
little
best
They got
though.
their local stores out there.
But that's probably the best though. Start Costco. They had burnt up the Costco, burnt it up. People was just in there, fire going off. They burnt up gas station, burnt up cars, and they went to the airport, shot up the airport.
They did.
And it's people trying to get back home. And it's Americans, they on the floor and they hiding and, they scared and they don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if these cartel members are going to start kidnapping Americans, if they going to start killing Americans that's out there, what they going to be doing because the Mexican government already implemented the United States to this death. They done implemented us. Talking about the United States gave them important intel on how to find the cartel leader.
Man.
So you think them people ain't finna feel some type of way if America had helped them find that man? Them people going crazy. Them people are sliding for their dead homies.
Yeah, for sure. Slide, but hey, look, that's what you got to do when you travel. You got to do your research about the places that you be going.
Yeah.
Every place has a culture. This what happened a few months back. Y'all saw what happened in Jamaica, but it was a natural disaster.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Y'all saw what happened in Jamaica. This is a different type of thing that be happening. There's different things happening outside of what's happening in the U.S. So when you get on the internet and you looking for a vacation, you better do your research and find out what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? You the whole time you think you finna go over there and have a good time, something go down. You don't have your insurance. Now you stuck in another country and all of that. So, that's how it be going down sometimes. And you can't really, you can't expect nobody to protect you because something go down, you over there, you part of it.
Right. See, one thing about the Mexicans is they may not know how to drive, but them motherfuckers know how. They know how to get back. Okay. They know how to get back. Historically, they always been known how to get back. They tearing it up, and from a standpoint of being united and being and doing what you gotta do for your people and sticking together, I'm rocking with the way that they not going behind that shit. They not going because y'all done killed the cartel leader. I mean, all he got is a few little drugs here and there. The drugs gonna get transported regardless of how y'all want to see it. Y'all gonna kill this leader, and guess what? They got one already in line. They got another new cartel leader already ready to take over.
And I feel like sometimes when we look at the politics of Mexico and we are over here and we're looking at these illegal drugs and whatever, but when you look at a percentage of what the drug economy do for Mexico as far as the cartels, as far as contributing to the economy, employing people, because the unemployment rate is crazy out there. So it's not like they just all the way doing something illegal. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see some of these things go down, because part of the community are down because that's their livelihood right there. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a complicated situation to where, you have to really look into it. And sometimes we have a watered down version of events, of stuff that go down in other countries to where we believe what we read or what we see on the internet, which is a watered down version. So we just think they out there wilding, killing everybody, and it's all, crazy. But if you look into it, man,
it's probably not even what they making it seem.
That part.
Because it's always fake news.
That part.
Fake news and fake media and propaganda media. That's what they say.
I like that word. Propaganda is a big thing.
Yeah, type
Propaganda
shit.
is a big thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, before we jump out of that, pray for Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Pray for the American people out there. Pray for the people out there who have to shelter in place, and pray for the people out there who's losing their cars, homes, and lives. Because I don't think it don't seem like it's safe to be out there playing in them streets of Mexico.
Yeah, I know a few Mexican brothers and sisters out here.
You do?
We live. Yeah, I know a few. So shout outs to them.
Shout out to the Mexican
Word.
Mexican poppies. Okay, y'all. So,
Crazy.
cool. Y'all, let us know. What are y'all thoughts and feelings on Mexico, man? Is they sliding for their homies or what, man? Let us know in the comments.
They
Call
stick
us.
together.
Of course, they've always stuck together. Even the ones that live in America, they still rap for their own. You know, they've always been known to stick together.
Something we got to do.
They'll get out the car 15, 20 deep. On whoever. You can't play. I grew up around the Mexicans, so I know how they roll. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my Mexican people back at the crib. Okay, y'all. So we gonna go ahead and get into the next topic, y'all. So speaking of social media, okay,
Right.
outside of the Mexico stuff, because that has been crazy, but